Hey Dreamers, I'm Bryce, and I don't know what my favorite Metallica song is. Could it be Anesthesia Pulling Teeth? The bass solo? I don't know. Let's find out. Cue the intro.
So give it to me now!
For the best Metallica song! Anesthesia Pulling Teeth is the 5th track off of Kill 'Em All, and it features the one and only Cliff Burton. Rest in peace. We lost him way too early. The man was a genius behind the bass, to the point where Metallica actually thought he was playing guitar when they first heard his playing. So that's really amazing. Anyone who could play that well gets thumbs up from me. But of course, I can't rate this song based solely on the fact that we all love Cliff Burton. I can only grade it based off of the following criteria: lyrics, instrumentation, composition, memorability, and emotional response. That's what we're using today. And I know I can hear you loud and clear. There's no lyrics in this song, but I have a workaround. Since Metallica has multiple instrumentals throughout their career, I'm taking the 4 points that would have been awarded to lyrics and I'm distributing them amongst the other 4 categories. So now each category is worth 5 points and lyrics is going to get a whopping 0. It's the first 0, but we'll call it an unofficial 0 because it's an instrumental. So with all that being said, let's listen to some music. That's like, oh, just mwah, mwah. Thank you, bass gods, or bass god Cliff Burton, the only one. There's plenty of other bass gods out there, but man, I mean, just, you know, when I think of bass guitar, and I know I'm a bassist myself, and a guitarist, and a drummer, and a singer, and a lot of other instruments, but when I think of bass, maybe before I started learning how to play it, I always thought of blah, 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 like the low notes. And it's just so wonderful to hear basses and bassists who explore in the upper parts of the neck on the upper strings. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. That really high. Like, can you even hit that note on a bass? Do I? It's not even close. Does he have like an extra string? Or maybe it's just a pitch, like a harmonic sort of thing, because I don't have that note on my bass, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Am I in the jungle? Are there birds around? I don't know how that works. I don't know how you even make that sound, but he did it with a bass guitar, so I guess it's possible. You're gonna have to show me how. You're gonna have to tell me how in the comments, but that's the song. Let's get to the rating. Lyrics. What is this song about? Let me read them one more time. Bass solo, take 1. 0. Instrumentation. Like I said, the 4 points from lyrics are now divided up into the other 4 categories. So 0 out of 5 for instrumentation. It should be absolutely no surprise to the entire world that this one is going to get a very high score. No bassist should be able to play like that. Or, well, retract that statement. Bassists who play like that should win awards, because that is incredible. It sounds like a guitar solo, and I know for a fact that he's not using a pick, he's using his fingers. I know he's using an effect like some sort of wah distortion or whatever, but there is so much mastery in the way he's playing. Now, I want to knock the instrumentation down a bit because Lars comes in with a rather boring drum beat. There's really nothing going on, and in my opinion, it's mixed way too loud. There's way too much cymbals, and it kind of actually ruins it for me. But I cannot deny the mastery of Cliff Burton's bass playing. So from an instrumentation perspective, this song gets a 5. Composition. This is where I'm going to knock it down a little bit, because even though his playing is really spectacular and the song has some really cool elements to it, it does what all great solos do. It should move from piece to piece to piece. There's an intro, Then there's a little bit more movement, like a sort of sway. It could be 6/4, it could be 9/4, it could be 3/4. It changes time signature. And then the drums come in, and then there's this outro piece. But there is something about the middle of this song that kind of falls for me. There are some moments that you think are coming, and then they kind of don't. It takes a while to get to like the... It takes a while to get there, and you're sitting at this low rumble part, and you're not really sure. I think that this song would do much better live, but as a listener, it kind of falls out in the middle, somewhere around the point where the drums come in. So once again, I'm going to blame Lars. But as far as composition goes, this one gets 2. Memorability. This one's really tricky for me because it's really memorable to hear a bass solo like that. But as far as the notes are concerned, as far as what sticks in my head, if I was to walk away, if you were to ask me right now, even right after I listened to it, sing the song to me, right? So just mouth the bass parts for me. I would be able to do about a quarter of the song, maybe an eighth, maybe a 16th of the song. There's a huge section in the middle that's super forgettable. You hear the do 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 in the intro, super memorable, right? And then that solo, when it gets into the... That's really cool. But then there's this whole middle part that I don't remember at all. So unfortunately, as far as memorability is concerned, this one, it's getting a 2. Emotional response. How does it make me feel? I get really amped up because from a bassist listening to another bassist, I am inspired. Or rather, I kind of want to quit because I'll never be that good. Are you kidding me? It's amazing. That solo is incredible. But emotionally, I feel kind of bummed out by that middle section. When the drums come in, it feels like it's meant to jazz me up and get me like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And live, I'd probably be really, I would be really into it. As a matter of fact, I saw them live when they filmed S&M 2 just last September, and they did a version of this with a cellist or a bass violin, something like that. And it was incredible. But there's something about when those drums come in, it feels empty. There's something missing. It doesn't quite build in the same way. And I kind of start looking at my watch or the time and wondering if it's over yet or if we're going to get to the high part. And it kind of brings it down. But it's still so good, but it's still, yeah. So it's somewhere in the middle. Out of 5, I got to go with a safe 3. So that's it. 12 points for Anesthesia. Anesthesia? Why do I keep saying it that way? Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth, which puts it in 3rd place, right below Jump in the Fire. And of course, Hit the Lights is still at number 1. I have so many more songs to go. But of course, before I do go on to the next one, I want to hear your thoughts. Where do you rate this song? Honestly, take my criteria and put your numbers down below. And of course, subscribe. For tomorrow, we're going to be getting into da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, Whiplash. Thanks for watching.